Welcome, everyone. Do you ever feel like English grammar is a bit, tricky? Like you know the words, but putting them together perfectly feels like a puzzle sometimes. Today, we are going to try and help you untangle some of those grammar puzzles. We've looked at some really clear guides, lots of examples that break down the important structures of English. Our mission today is really simple: to help you understand these important rules better. Not just memorize, but understand, so you can use English with more confidence and, well, just more easily. We'll look at verb tenses, how we talk about time, and we'll look at how we talk about different conditions, if sentences, and also how to change the focus of a sentence. So, okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the very basics, how we talk about time in English. Let's look at the present tenses.
That's a great place to start. Yes, understanding time is, well, it's basic, isn't it? It's like having the right tools to build a clear message, so people understand if you mean now or yesterday or tomorrow. And we've seen lots of examples, guides that show the rules, but also the common places where learners might make mistakes. And importantly, why they are mistakes. What's interesting, I think, is that even simple tenses have, little details that make your meaning really clear. For you, this means speaking more exactly and being understood better, which is great.
Okay, let's begin with the present simple. So this tense is for things that happen regularly, like habits or facts that are always true. Think about how we make it. I work in a bank, or he works in a bank. And notice that little e's for he, she, or it, that's important. He works, she works. And for questions, we use do or does, like do you work or does he work? Now, here's something we see often. Our guide points out common mistakes. For example, saying, I work in London. That's not correct, is it? Why is that?
Yeah, that's a very common one. I working. It feels direct, maybe. But in English, the ing form, when you mean an action in progress, it needs a be verb like am, is, are. For the present simple, for these regular things or facts, we just use the base verb, the simple form. So I work in London, not I working.
Right? Just I work.
And for he, she, it, you need that X. So he work in London needs to be he works in London. That S is really important.
Okay. And the questions, you mentioned do and does.
Yes. So saying work he in London doesn't work. We need that helper verb. For he, she, it, it's does. So does he work in London?
And for I, you, we, they.
It's do. Do you work? Do they work? And this pattern using do or does for questions and also for negatives like I don't work or he doesn't work. It's a key pattern in English. You'll see it a lot.
Okay, that makes sense. Now let's move to the present continuous. This one is different, right? It's for actions happening now, right this second. Like I'm reading a book, means I'm doing it now. Or it's raining. Look outside, it's happening now. And the structure uses to be, so am, is, are, plus the ing form of the verb. I am reading, he is reading, they are reading. Okay, so our guide shows us how to avoid mistakes here too. Like, they still waiting for you? What's missing there? It feels almost right.
It's that to be verb again. It should be they are still waiting for you. You need are because the subject is they.
Ah, okay. The be verb is the key.
Exactly. And for questions, the subject and the be verb just swap places. So are they still waiting for you? Not they are still waiting for you with a question mark sound. The order changes.
Got it.
And also remember stative verbs. These are verbs that describe states like feelings or thoughts, not really actions. Words like believe or like know, understand, need, want.
Right, things you can't really see someone doing.
Exactly. So we don't usually use these in the continuous form. It sounds a bit strange. You say, I believe you, not I'm believing you, or I need help, not I'm needing help. This is an important detail for you to remember to sound more natural.
Okay, good point. Stative verbs usually stay simple. Right, so that covers the present. What about the past? Let's look at the past simple. This is for actions that finished in the past. They are done, over. Like, I arrived yesterday, finished. He worked in London. His job there is in the past now. For negatives and questions, we use did or didn't, and importantly, the base form of the verb, did you arrive? He didn't arrive.
Not
Arrived. Now, our cheat sheet highlights a common mistake. I was work in London. What's wrong there? Why no was?
Yeah, I was work is not correct because in positive past simple sentences, we don't usually use was or did as helping verbs. You just use the past form of the main verb.
So work becomes
Worked. I worked in London. The main verb itself shows the past. Simple.
okay.
And for questions, worked he in London is also a mistake. We need did at the start. Did he work in London?
Ah, and the verb goes back to work.
Exactly. Critically, when you use did or didn't, the main verb goes back to its base form, the infinitive. So did he wrote a letter? No, it must be did he write a letter? Did already shows the past time. The main verb doesn't need to. This trips people up a lot, so it's really worth remembering for you.
That's a great tip. Did does the past work. Okay, now, the past continuous. This describes an action that was in progress at a specific time in the past. Something happening over a period, like I was reading a book when the phone rang, or they were watching TV when I came. The watching was happening when I arrived. The structure is was or were, plus the ing form. I was reading, they were watching. And our guide helps with common errors here too. For instance, I waiting for him almost 2 hours. What's missing? It seems familiar.
Yes, it's that to be verb again. For the past continuous, it's was or were. So here it should be, I was waiting for him almost 2 hours. You need was, because it's past tense and the subject is I.
Right. Always need that be verb for continuous.
Exactly. And it's important for you to know the difference between past simple and past continuous. For repeated actions in the past, like we played tennis every morning, the past simple is usually better.
So not we were playing tennis every morning.
Usually not, unless you want to emphasize the duration for some reason. But for a regular habit in the past, we played, is more common. However, for an action that was in progress when something else interrupted it, like they were watching TV when I came, the continuous form is perfect. It sets the scene.
Okay, setting the scene. I like that. Right, let's move to the present perfect simple. Now, this one connects the past to the present, doesn't it?
It does. That's the key idea.
It's for actions that started in the past and continue now, or actions that happened sometime in the past, but we don't know exactly when, or the exact time isn't important. The result now is important. Like, I've seen him, means I saw him before now, and maybe that's important for our conversation. Or she has gone, she left, and the result is she isn't here now. The structure is have or has plus the past participle of the verb. That third form, like go, went, gone, eat, ate, eaten.
Yes, those past participles are crucial.
And our notes show a common mistake here. Stephen has wrote a new book. What's the correct verb form? Wrote is the past simple.
Right, but we need the past participle. The past participle of write is written, so it must be Stephen has written a new book. You really, really need to learn those irregular past participles. They're used in all the perfect tenses and the passive voice too.
Good advice. Learn the participles.
Another key point for you. Saying, I am here since last week is incorrect if you mean you started being here last week and you are still here. We need the present perfect to show that connection from past to now.
So it should be.
I have been here since last week. Have been shows the action started in the past and continues to the present moment.
Okay, that makes sense for duration.
And remember those stative verbs again? Like know. We usually prefer the simple form, so I've been knowing him for 5 years. Sounds a bit odd. It should be I've known him for 5 years.
Right, because knowing isn't really an action that continues.
Yeah.
You just know.
Exactly. It's a state.
Okay. Yeah. Now for the present perfect continuous. This one emphasizes the duration of an action that started in the past and is still continuing.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just finished and you can see the result. Like, I've been living here for 2 years. Focus on the 2 years. Or he's been waiting for you, and maybe he looks annoyed because it was a long time. The structure is have or has been plus the ing form. One mistake noted is, it has been rain heavily all day. What's missing there?
The ing form needs to be, it has been raining heavily all day. You need been and the ing.
Okay, both parts.
And for you, verbs like sit, wait, live, work, study often suggest an ongoing action. So the continuous form is often preferred when you want to emphasize how long it's been happening. I have sat here for 2 hours is okay. But I've been sitting here for 2 hours sounds a bit more natural because it emphasizes the continuous activity. Native speakers often choose the continuous form here.
Good tip. Emphasize the duration with continuous. Okay, let's push further into the past with the past perfect simple. This is for an action that happened before another action in the past.
Right. It's the past before the past.
Like when I arrived, they had eaten dinner. So the eating happened before I arrived. I'd seen him before that day. The structure is simple. Had plus the past participle. Our cheat sheet shows this mistake. I didn't been to London. How do we form the negative correctly here?
We use had as the helping verb for past perfect. So the negative is simply I hadn't been to London or I had not been. Didn't is for the past simple.
Got it. Had.
And this tense is really useful for getting the time order right. Imagine saying, when I saw him, I noticed that he had a haircut. It's okay, but it's clearer to say, when I saw him, I noticed that he had had a haircut, because the haircut happened before you saw him. That had clearly shows the earlier past action.
Okay. Had looks a bit strange, but it makes sense for the timing.
Exactly. And this tense is super useful in reported speech. If someone says, I have been to London, and you report it later, you often say, he told me he had been to London. We shift the tense back. It's called backshifting.
Ah, okay. Useful for reporting what someone said. Now, the past. Perfect continuous. Similar idea, but continuous.
Yeah.
It's for an action that was ongoing in the past before another past action started or happened.
Right. Emphasizing the duration of that earlier ongoing action.
Like, I had been waiting for an hour when he finally arrived. Or, you had been cooking all morning, so the kitchen smelled wonderful.
The structure is had been plus the ing form. Our guide points out this error. I had working hard, so I felt very tired. What little word is missing? It's been. It should be, I had been working hard. You need had plus been plus ing for the past perfect continuous.
Okay. Had been working.
And again, just like with the other continuous perfects, those stative verbs, like here or know, usually don't go in the continuous form. So, I had been hearing the song many times before is usually better as I had heard the song many times before. Simple past perfect is better for states.
Okay, understood. Right, we've covered past and present. Let's look ahead. Future tenses. Let's start with the future simple, using will. This is often for quick decisions, predictions, or promises.
Spontaneous decisions, yeah.
Like, I will be there tomorrow. A promise or plan. Or if the phone rings suddenly, okay, I'll answer it. A quick decision now. The structure is easy. Will plus the base form of the verb. Now, our sources clarify this common point of confusion. Someone says, the phone's ringing. Okay, I'm going to answer it. Why should it usually be I'll answer it here?
The will versus going to question. It's a good one. Basically, if you decide right now, at the moment of speaking, you use will. It's spontaneous.
Like reacting to the phone ringing.
Exactly. If the decision was made before speaking, or if there's strong evidence something is about to happen, then going to is often better. So answering the phone right now, that's a spontaneous decision. I'll answer it.
Okay, will for spontaneous.
And watch out for adverbs like probably. You don't say, I won't probably be there. It sounds awkward.
Right. How should it be?
I probably won't be there. The adverb usually goes before won't, but after will. So I'll probably be there.
Good placement tip.
And here's something really interesting and often tricky for learners. We often use the present simple in when or if clauses, even when we're talking about the future.
So you don't say, I'll call you when I will arrive.
No, exactly. You say, I'll call you when I arrive. The will is only in the main part. The when or if part uses present simple for the future condition. Same for if. If you give me your address, I'll send the book. Not if you will give.
That's a big one to remember. Present simple in future if and when clauses.
Okay.
We also have the future continuous for actions that will be in progress at a specific time in the future.
Like an appointment in your future diary?
Yeah. This time tomorrow, I'll be flying to Paris, or I'll be waiting there at 5 o'clock. At that moment, the waiting will be happening. And then, as you mentioned, present tenses can be used for the future too, like the train leaves at 12:00, present simple for timetables,
6 schedules, yes.
and I'm going to the cinema this evening. Present continuous for arrangements you've already made.
Those are great examples for you. And remember, going to, that's used when a decision was made before speaking or when you see clear evidence now that something is about to happen.
Like dark clouds.
Exactly. You'd say, look at those clouds. It is going to rain. Not usually it will rain because you see the evidence now. Or if you see someone wobbling with books, look out, you're going to drop them.
Right. Evidence points to going to. Okay, finally, the future perfect simple and continuous. These are a bit more advanced. The simple is for an action that will be finished by a certain time in the future.
Completion before a future point?
Like, the film will have started by the time we get there. Or, by 2030, they will have built the new bridge. And the future perfect continuous is for an action that will have been ongoing up to a point in the future. Emphasizes the duration leading up to that point.
How long something has been happening by then?
Yes. Next year, I'll have been working in the company for 10 years. Focus on the 10 years of continuous work up to next year. And the structure for the continuous is will plus have plus been plus verbing.
And a key detail for you. If you're talking about an amount or number completed by that future time, use the simple form. So if you worked in different roles, by next year, I'll have worked in 3 different positions.
Not I'll have been working in 3 different positions.
Usually not if you're focusing on the number, the completion of those 3 roles. The simple form emphasizes the result or the quantity. The continuous emphasizes the ongoing activity itself.
Okay, that distinction is helpful.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of tenses. Now, let's shift our focus a bit. Let's talk about passive forms.
Right. Changing the focus.
Sometimes we want to talk about an action, but maybe we don't know who did it, or it's not important who did it, or maybe the action itself is the most important thing.
Like in news reports often.
Exactly, like the office is cleaned 2 times a week. We don't need to say who cleans it, or my wallet was stolen. The important thing is it's gone. Maybe I don't know who did it. The structure usually uses a form of the verb be plus the past participle. That third form again. So, the office was cleaned. Past passive. The office will be cleaned. Future passive. Now, a common mistake from our guide. This problem will solved next week. What's missing there? It sounds almost right.
It's missing the be. Absolutely essential. It should be, this problem will be solved next week, will be, plus the past participle solved. Ah, okay. Can't forget the be.
Never forget the be in passives. And this raises a good question. How do we make continuous tenses passive?
Right.
Like something is happening to the subject right now.
Good question. How?
You use be plus being plus past participle. So if someone is fixing your car right now, you wouldn't say my car is repairing. You'd say my car is being repaired at the moment. That being shows the continuous passive action.
Okay. Is being repaired, was being repaired.
Exactly. And for you, knowing the path of form is really useful. It lets you change the emphasis in your sentences. It makes your English sound more varied, more sophisticated sometimes, gives you more choices.
More tools in the toolbox. Okay, next big topic. Conditionals. Those if sentences. These talk about cause and effect, or what might happen if something else happens.
Possibilities, results, imaginary situations.
Let's start with the easiest. The zero conditional. This is for general truths or facts. Things that are always true, like science rules.
If A happens, B always happens. Right. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. Both parts use the present simple tense, the if part and the result part. Now, our guide points out this mistake. If people eat too much, they will get fat. Why is will usually wrong here for a general truth?
Because the zero conditional is for things that happen every time. It's a general rule or fact. So will suggests a future possibility, but here we mean it's a standard result.
So it should just be.
If people eat too much, they get fat. Present simple in both clauses. The if almost means when or every time.
Okay, zero conditional, present plus present for general truths. Now the first conditional, this is for real possibilities in the future, things that are likely or could easily happen.
A real possibility and its likely result.
If I see him, I'll tell him. It uses present simple in the if part, and will plus the base verb in the main part, the result part.
And a very common mistake for you to avoid here is putting will in the if part. People say, if you will go to England, you will improve your English.
But that's wrong.
Yes. The if clause uses the present simple, remember, even for the future. So, if you go to England, you will improve your English. Will only goes in the result clause.
Got it. If plus present, then will plus verb. Okay, then the second conditional. This is for imaginary or unlikely situations in the present or future.
Things that are not real now or probably won't happen. Dreams, wishes about now.
Like, if I had more time, I'd travel more. But I don't have more time. It uses the past simple in the if part, even though it's about now or the future, and would plus the base verb in the main part.
Right. That past simple is key. It signals unreal or imaginary, not past time here.
And we often say, if I were you, right? Even though I is singular.
Yes. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. We use were for all subjects in this unreal condition. It's a special feature of the second conditional.
So remember, use the past simple in the if clause for these imaginary situations. A mistake would be, if I would have enough money.
No, that's wrong. It should be, if I had enough money. The past simple had shows it's imaginary now. And the result is, I would buy a new car. Would plus base verb.
Okay. If plus past simple, then would plus verb, imaginary present future. Finally, the third conditional. This is for looking back at the past and imagining something different. Past regrets or different outcomes.
Things that could have happened, but didn't.
If I'd known you were coming, I would have waited for you. But I didn't know, so I didn't wait. It uses the past perfect, had plus past participle, in the if part.
Showing the imaginary past condition.
And would have, plus the past participle in the main part, the imaginary past result.
What's really fascinating here is that this lets you explore alternate pasts. But again, remember the structure. No would in the if clause. It's if I had asked him, not if I would have asked him.
Right. If plus past perfect.
then the main clause needs would have plus past participle. So not she would tell you, but she would have told you for the past imaginary result.
If plus past perfect, then would have plus past participle, imaginary past. Okay, that covers conditionals. Phew. One last main area, forming questions.
Crucial for conversation.
We often use those helper verbs, auxiliaries like be, have, can, will before the subject. Is anybody in the office? Is before anybody. Have you visited London? Have before you. If there's no auxiliary verb in the statement, we use do, does, or did before the subject. Do you know my brother? Did she arrive? And will question words what, where, when, why, who, how usually go right at the very beginning. Where is the station? How long have you been waiting? Now, our cheat sheet shows this common mistake. What meant you by saying that? What's the correct way to ask this using our Dodo's did rule?
You need did because mean doesn't have another auxiliary here, and it's past. So what did you mean by saying that? And remember, after did, the verb goes back to the base form, mean, not meant.
Right. Did you mean?
And watch the word order in general. Where you are going is wrong. It should be where are you going? The auxiliary verb are comes before the subject you.
Okay. Verb before subject in most questions.
But there's an exception, a key one for you. When the ho word, like what, which, who, or whose is the subject of the question, we don't use do, does, or did.
Ah. So not who did give you the information.
It's just who gave you the information. Because who is the subject doing the giving? It follows a more statement-like order after the who.
Okay, that's a tricky but important exception.
Yeah.
Finally, indirect questions. These are questions inside another sentence or question, often to be more polite.
Softening the question.
Yes, and the word order changes in the question part and goes back to the normal statement order, subject plus verb. So the direct question, where can I buy ink, becomes indirect, like, can you tell me where I can buy ink? See, I comes before can.
Exactly. This is so important for sounding polite and natural in English. Not, could you tell me where is the bank, but could you tell me where the bank is?
Subject to bank, before the verb is.
Okay. Indirect questions use statement word order, subject verb. Mastering this really smooths out your communication. Makes you sound less demanding, more thoughtful. It's a great skill for you to practice.
Wow, we have really covered a lot of ground today. From, the simple present tense all the way to complex conditionals and how to ask questions politely. You should now have a much clearer picture of how English grammar works. Think about all the ways you can now express time, talk about possibilities, change the focus. This knowledge, it's not just about rules on paper, it's about giving you the tools, the real tools to tell your story, share your ideas, and understand others better, with more clarity, more confidence. So what does this all mean for you listening now? It means you have the power to make your English more precise, more natural, really more effective. Maybe try to listen for these tenses and forms when you hear English spoken or when you read. You'll probably start noticing them everywhere.
Indeed. It really shows that every grammar point has a purpose, doesn't it? It helps us be clear, be precise. Understanding these structures is a really big step in mastering English. So maybe an important question for you now is, how will you start using what you've learned today? Maybe pick one thing, just one tense or structure, and try to use it this week.
That's a great thought to leave you all with. We really hope this journey through English grammar has been helpful for you, maybe made things a bit clearer. If you found this useful, we'd love it if you subscribe to this channel. That way you won't miss future sessions where we try to simplify other complex topics. And please, share this with any friends who are also learning English. You can also find more resources, maybe some links in the description below if you want to keep learning about these grammar points. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful day and keep learning.